up, you guys? Welcome back to the Realism podcast, where we talk about shit that nobody really wants to talk about in the community that we're in. Today, the topics that we're going to talk about, I just want to put a discretion over the video right now, are very sensitive, and we just want to say that we don't want to claim anything as is or factually 100%. All the research that we did was based online and obviously what we could find, and hopefully we come at things as accurate and respectful as we can about these topics. Trigger warning, there is a lot of 18 plus stuff. This video is not for minors. Today I have my members of Charm 9 with me. Everybody say hello.
Hello. I'm Caitlin. Ezelina.
Let's start with the first topic. I have a list, a handy dandy list. If you're anything like me and you're like, dude, I need to make sure I have all these topics prepared, I make a list. So yeah, the first topic that we're going to be talking about, so strong, the topic starting, is the 4B movement and Korean women's rights that are being neglected right now in Korea. From what I know, essentially, that right now what's going on in Korea is the 4B movement means the misogyny and the lack of respect for women and the rights that they do have has been going on for years in Korea. There's a lot of socialist movements right now that a lot of brave Korean women are fighting to get the proper rights, because a lot of the time, hypothetically, say a woman tries to go and take the husband to divorcee court and they want to get child support, or they need to get aid in any kind of way because of the divorcee, the fall always falls onto the woman, and it just kind of puts them into a predicament where women are never really respected or seen as people. They're more so very treated inanimately, which is pretty terrible, because that isn't what they are. They're people. They're people like everyone else.
There's a law, what's it called? It starts with a D. I was literally just talking
Discrimination?
Not discrimination, but defamation. Defamation law, yes. Basically, the defamation law in Korea, in South Korea specifically, is much different than it is in America. You could essentially say that someone was lying to you, and they would ask for no evidence. You could be like, oh, someone's lying on my name, and you would pretty much win. So that's typically the men win in those situations, especially if they are in a situation of power where they have money and stuff, and they'll just look at the man who has the money and the woman who does not and be like, oh, you're just trying to get his money. That also has to do with the discrimination towards women as well, because defamation laws don't really cater to women at all. They cater to the men.
Obviously, women here in America also went through a very similar process where they had to fight for their rights. I'm glad that a lot of brave young Korean women are actually taking action and putting that stuff forward, and I really hope that they get the justice that they deserve, because there's been not just the 4B movement alone obviously is fighting for women's rights, and obviously they deserve to be treated like people, and also especially in legal cases, not treated unfairly just because of the fact that they're a woman. It's actually kind of crazy. There should be other factors that get them denied, not just the fact that they're female.
What I gotta say is that men wouldn't be here without women.
That's true.
That is so true. That is so true.
They gave birth to them.
110% in support of the 4B movement from here in America. We are here for you, Korean women, and you're doing a fantastic job. I hope you guys get justice for real.
I really hope so. It's a terrible legal system for women in South Korea right now.
Yeah, it's just not safe in general for women in Korea.
No.
Whenever we first originally discussed moving, obviously, as, endeavors of the Korean culture, we chose Korea as one of our main countries to move to, but now that I'm educating myself about the culture and the things that they're going through, the news, experiences that other women are experiencing there, I'm whoa, that is not the safest place right now for a woman, and you don't even have rights there. And why would I want to experience that at all? No, I would not want to put myself in a position where I don't have the power.
Yeah, it's just become such a common thing to know that there are hidden cameras in bathrooms all around South Korea. And
that is why I don't use public restrooms here.
Yeah, they typically policemen, I've heard they hear about a hidden camera situation, they're like, oh, it's another one of those situations. It's just gotten so common in South Korea where police officers now who are asked to take on a case about a hidden camera, they're like, oh, it's another one of those situations. Oh, this is a typical thing. Just in South Korea now. Which is really sad that they
so
even think
disgusting.
about that.
Yeah, the fact that it can just be like considered a norm.
Yeah.
That in itself is a problem. The next topic we have a lot to talk about, so bear with yourselves. Deepfake crisis in Korea.
Oh.
This is where the trigger warning of suicide will be coming up.
Oh, I heard of the deepfake AI a couple of years ago when they
ago.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
America it started.
In America?
No, not even just America,
Yeah,
in
but
Korea.
I know here.
But-
yeah.
I mean, I know a lot, but I did not know it started here.
Well, I don't know if it started
No.
here, but it was.
It was
thing
online. It
that
was
started
online. I don't know
here,
where
too.
specifically where it started. But anyways, I heard of it a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2021 when I first heard of it. And it was going viral on TikTok where apparently people were saying you could like go to a certain website and look up an idol that has deepfake, like, and it shows their body, them naked and stuff. And I didn't look anything up, but I heard a lot of people were looking it up and they were like finding pictures of Chen naked, but it was deepfake.
I'm so sorry, that's fucking disgusting. Like, yeah, I get if you have dreams or whatever, but like, you're fucking reaching there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I heard that just a lot of K-pop idols, they were getting a lot of K-pop idols and deepfaking them and showing their naked body.
Yeah.
Imagine being them. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I think it was like last year, like the year before that, when AI started taking off. It started getting like popular here, and there was like a lot of like deep fake about like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, like all those like famous women, and even some like just random like women.
There was some of Addison
on the
too.
internet.
Yeah. It was like literally everyone and anyone deepfake. I think it started with like TikTokers like Addison Rae, and then like when K-pop stans found out, they were like, oh, we can do it to Chan too. We can do it to these K-pop idols, and so it came.
You guys are fucking traitors. I don't claim y'all. What the fuck?
Yeah, it just started with American celebrities and slowly went to K-pop idols, and from there it's just gotten worse as AI has gotten more popular, from what I've seen at least. I don't know too much about the deepfake AI. It's been like a year since I've heard about it until now, like it's coming up again, but it's been like a year or two since I've heard much about it.
But the little that I do remember reading was that there is, oh my god, I'm so upset that I don't have it anymore. Because I feel like I'm going to missay something, but there is a young girl who was 14 years old living in South Korea that got affected by these deepfake chats. And essentially this young girl went through harassment for a really, really long time, and then her parents found out. And in the process of her parents finding out, she obviously chose no longer to be here with us. And that is just so devastating to think about. Like, how many little girls or like young girls in general, whether it be here or Korea, because you know these kind of sexual abuses exist everywhere in the world. Like, how many more little girls are experiencing that anywhere? And it's like a market now, even where like people are paying
Lots of
money for stuff like this.
They're like blackmailing girls now, like with deepfake videos. They're like, I'm gonna show this video to
Your
all
parents,
the people.
and they'll send them their family's phone numbers, and like they'll have
Yeah.
all their information ready to like literally ruin these girls, and then they like make them do things, and It's fucking horrible. It's terrible.
They make them do things with the threat that other things are going to be shown that are fake, but they look real because of deepfake.
Yeah. Telegram is just an app that allows you to create a group chat with a chat of some sort that has a similar topic.
Chat rooms, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all it is these individuals are just in these groups talking to people. I remember when I was younger, I also would like to hop into like this little app called Quotive, and I would hop into like these random chats.
I've heard of Quotive.
And I would just talk to random strangers, and it would just be about creepypasta or something. What I don't understand is why the app has no sensory or like watching or like security,
like monetization, not monetization, but like guidelines, community guidelines.
Yeah, like there should at least be something to protect the fact that children can get on the app. Nobody listens to the fact that they aren't supposed to be on the app if they're younger.
They like put a disclaimer, I think, before, like when you're signing up for an account, that anything that happens they're not legally liable for anything that happens, and that they pretty much put a disclaimer up when you're making the account that they do not like monitor any of the stuff that goes on that app.
First of all, they should have known that was their first fucking mistake when starting an app with chats. That anybody can talk about anything and everything. Are you stupid? I mean, if I was a business major, or if I was going into business and thinking, I'm going to open my own app, the first thing I would think about is, what do I have to do to make sure this doesn't get banned in certain countries? Like, hello, different people have different rules in different countries, and like, of course, a porn chat where it's illegal to watch porn is like, come on. I wonder how long Telegram has been around for. Let's look it up. How long has Telegram been getting away with this?
2013. Wow. It's been over 10 years.
Telegram, in theory, became popular among Trump supporters in 2021. Why am I not surprised that's where this shit started?
Since they're really like cracking down on Telegram in South Korea, people are moving everything to Discord, and like all the dirty stuff they're doing now is just like transferring over to Discord.
Okay, the good thing is though, Discord does have monetization. It's just that you have to get caught. You have to get caught. But Discord does have monetization, so hopefully they get reported.
Hopefully. I've just heard that Discord is kind of almost similar to Telegram when it comes to their privacy policies. It's harder to get caught with those things.
No, it is harder to get caught. I agree. Like, there are things that go on in Discord that have no business being on Discord. Even I know of those things. But I obviously, like...
You as a gamer should know.
No, right, exactly. But Discord does have monetization. And all you have to do is report someone for whatever they're doing, and Discord will investigate them right away. I will never, ever get on this app, ever.
I got on it once.
We already have one stalker who knows where we live.
Yeah, I got on Telegram once, and it was to watch, was it Skiss Code? Or it was like the Kingdom episode, like the party one where Stray Kids won and stuff. Yeah, I had to watch it on Telegram because they released it on Telegram for free.
Okay, ready guys? This is what it says. Again, this is all the info that I just was finding from random things, random sources. They're not reliable, so don't hold us to it. This is just a combo. It says, hello, I am Daegu, high school girl. My friend committed suicide due to Telegram deepfake technology. I hope no one else is harmed by Telegram anymore. I hope everyone, regardless of whether their face is ugly or pretty, will be careful. Please spread this wide and far. It says, recently many men in South Korea have been creating and sharing this kind of content involving their acquaintances, family members, or friends on platforms like Telegram. This is clearly a criminal act. Sexual abuse using AI technology is explicit content created to fake people's faces or body parts. Creating and sharing deepfake pornography is a serious violation of human rights. 110%. Like, 110%, yes it is. Those involved should be treated like a criminal. And I agree. Jail them all. The entire situation itself is just a violation of like all people's rights, but this just shows even more that like women rights are like Zilch.
Yeah, nada.
Someone said that I can't stress enough how important Nude's release was, how brave it was for G Idol and Soyeon to do this. With everything that's going on in the recent days, it's disgusting and scary to live in the same world as men. Yes, not all men, but always a man. Now, this is something I do want to bring into convo. That the things that are going on are totally, absolutely not okay. But it is creating a very stigmat ideology, shall I say, around men, and it's kind of becoming misogynistic in a degree. And like, of course, absolutely, men are the problem. I agree.
Yes.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, though it is not always a man. And that needs to be reminded as well.
That's true. That's true.
Men can be victims as well.
Yes, men very well can be victims, but to a degree, I feel like I understand where they're coming from and why they're so scared, and they're generalizing a lot.
No, especially because it's like, that brings me to the topic where
because 260,000 men were in Telegram in porn chats, specifically with minors, and it said 1 out of 200 men in South Korea were part of those chats. That's the literal statistics given, is 1 out of 200 men. All the little girls, all the women are looking towards their brothers, their fathers, their husbands, and asking to see their phones to see if they were in these nth-room group chats, because they're scared that it was their brother or their father, and a lot of them were.
All of these things, though, I think they're all kind of tied together.
They are,
and that's the sad factor
of the problem.
Yeah, they're all kind of tied together. Of course, though, with the Telegram situation, that is becoming a problem for men as well, given Bang Chan himself is a victim, right?
Yes.
So it's obviously an issue for both parties, and it's not a matter about gender. It's about what the fuck is wrong with some mentally ill, deranged people.
Oh, I saw a screenshot on Twitter actually. I think it might have been Telegram, but it was like, so how you were saying how like women want to check like their family's phone, like their brother, their son, their dad's.
Yeah.
I saw a screenshot of, so you have to, you know how like you have to send videos of whatever woman that you can get a video of.
Yes.
To enter.
Yes.
I saw a screenshot of someone that they said that they got like a video or a photo of their mom, and that they were proud of it. Of their mom. Like that woman brought you into this world. And that's crazy.
I want to cry. That's so horrible.
Yeah, I'm literally like at tears.
Like
right
that's
now.
I
like imagine raising
someone.
Raising someone.
And he's looking at you sexually and exploiting you on the internet. Yeah, that's literally terrible.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
Yeah. And another thing, in the nth rooms, sometimes they would force the girls, if they found out that they had a brother, to have sex with their brother. The doctor, who was the most recent one, the most popular lately, after they would have sex with their brother or whatever, they would have them take a knife, carve out, "I am the doctor's slave" on their arm or some visible part of their body.
Who made her?
Sometimes they'd have the brother do it too. This is like almost every single victim, not just one girl. They would get worse.
That's like borderline serial killing. Like, what if the girl bled out?
They didn't care. The doctor was in it for the money. God was in it because he was a sadist. He didn't care about the money. He only got $675 in a year for doing that.
He did a lot of that for free.
Yeah, basically, yes. The doctor was mainly in it for money, although he didn't mind seeing people in pain. He wasn't a sadist, but he was in it for the money. And he would exploit people and say, "Oh, you have to pay $1,200 to get into this room." And so they would pay it because they wanted to do everything possible to see these little girls do things. and they would request the most bizarre things and get worse and worse each time. And they all knew these girls' addresses because it was exposed. If they wouldn't want to do something, they would expose their addresses in the group chat. And these men would show up to their houses and stand out there and watch them and send videos. And I'm at her house. And they'd be like, oh, what are you going to do to her? We want to be there so we can rape her. And stuff like that. And the way they talked about them too was like, oh my God, dehumanizing.
Very. The entire situation in itself is dehumanizing.
The key word that was used a lot in the nth rooms was slave. They were referred to as slaves. Not girls, just slaves. Luckily, the doctor and God are in jail at the moment.
That is.
They were caught. They were caught, yes. But Korea protested and demanded that all the people in the chat rooms be exposed by the police as well, because the police know every single person that was in the chat rooms.
Yeah, they need to expose that.
Yeah, but I guess because privacy policies or something in Korea, they're not wanting to expose them. So that's what they're protesting at the moment. That's what they've been protesting this entire year, is expose the people who are in those group chats, paying to get into those group chats.
That's so disgusting.
Oh, I got like a little fact that I screenshotted. Okay, so in 2023, the number of births in Korea was about 230,000. The number of South Korean men in Telegram deepfake porn chat is approximately 227,000. Like, imagine it this year with how like a lot of women are like, oh yeah, we're not getting married, we're not having anything to do with men. Like, imagine the birth rate just plummeting.
And that's so valid. Women, you're valid. Get yourself a 4-man. Like, I would do the same thing. No, if I was in that situation as well, from everything that's happening, and if I didn't feel safe and I couldn't even feel like I could trust the people around me, yeah, I would also date foreign.
I mean, even some foreign men are in these chats too. So.
Right. I read that it was like one half of them were foreign.
Yeah, that's what I found out too. Out of 260,000 people who were in those group chats, about half, maybe a little over half, were out of South Korea. So, yeah, it was a lot of foreign people too. It's not just a Korea problem, it's a whole world problem here.
Yeah, they need to expose who these people are, because if South Korea's government knows, they need to expose those people, including the ones who are not from there. Because those bitches need to go to fucking jail.
As they should.
Because they're criminals.
I've been hearing over the last couple of years that a lot of Korean women specifically are saying that they don't even enjoy sex and they just do it to get it out of the way. Just because their husbands want it, or just to make a baby. They don't even enjoy having it for themselves. So they only do it basically to procreate the last couple of years. It's been really bad where most women are having sex just to procreate.
I actually have some screenshots from the room, from the 9th room, the 8th room. A lot of the topics that are displayed here are, I don't get why these women suddenly think they have human rights. The rise of women rights have gone too far. They want human rights and being treated as a person. And then these are the translations, roughly. Again, don't hold us to this. One of the top comments says, bro, did you see the faces deepfake videos? They leave me speechless. Someone then said, I don't know if I should be saying this, but troublemakers. Someone else said, honestly, I don't get why these women think they suddenly have human rights. Another said, it's disgusting. Another said, would be cold as fuck. Another one said, am I the only one who feels this way? The people listed as victims are just spewing nonsense, whether it's normal or not. It shouldn't be something we care about. Another person said, the rise of women's rights have gone too far. Another said, exactly, lol. Women's rights should only rise appropriately. Someone said, what? another person said they want human rights and to be treated as people. And do these men even have mothers and sisters to begin with? And another person replied and said, a big part of the problem in this scandal is that a lot of them are disgusting enough to drug and record themselves abusing their mothers or sisters, or post them for deepfake and trade them to get content of other members and siblings / mothers. It's shown that a lot of these people have no morals or family values.
For years and years, I don't know when the law was put into act, but porn is illegal in Korea. Any type of porn watching it is illegal. But men obviously still find a way around that. Everyone does, including women too. I'm sure they do that as well. But yeah, porn is like considered on the dark web in South Korea. So if you are able to access it, you have to use a VPN to access it, which also might contribute to, I guess, why they're sexually frustrated, because they can't get access to this as easily as we can in America as well, which might as well be a problem. There's some reason why all these men are just crazy over porn and will do anything to see a woman naked.
Yeah.
I mean, like, prostitutes are a thing.
They are. They're also illegal in South Korea as well, though.
Yeah, but I feel like that's so much better because, like,
you won't get caught as much.
And because you're actually paying them for their time,
yeah.
and they're willing to do it. They're consenting.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They just have to be another level of sick.
So, I just think
consent. Yeah. And consensual.
Yeah. They think it's easier that way,
so
though.
Disgusting.
I feel like these men, I mean, obviously they hate women, so like, are they gay? Like,
that doesn't automatically equivalent to them being gay. That just means they dislike women and they have a problem with their masculinity. That does not automatically equivalent to them being gay, because gay men are not necessarily all bad.
No.
Yeah.
It was a joke though.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing called humiliation room where. Oh my god. They mainly share normal pictures of their female friends, co-workers, and make deep fake porn videos. It says if you have selfies, you should take them down because you can be a victim. Okay, on Twitter, go to SSOSOHAE1. Sosohae, she's a Korean feminist woman who activists and talks a lot about these issues going on and spreads awareness for them. So check it out, read up, and educate yourself on this. So before we get into this YouTube channel, because this is actually something I wanted to talk about in the video, I read a lot about this guy. He's just basically a fucking misogynistic piece of shit. His name is PPKA. I don't know how to properly say it. Beyond me.
Let me see.
But
Yeah, 학생 means student. So
yeah, so essentially there's this YouTuber who's Korean and he's male, and he wears this black cover-up that disguises his face, and he basically makes videos all the time that he just spews a bunch of like misogynistic POVs, talks about like how traditional values should still be around and whatnot, and he also likes to make a lot of jokes. He has a joke right here that he says, maybe I should become a political refugee abroad and make YouTube money channels from anti-feminism because it would be popular. So he recently made a YouTube video about Sosohae, the girl I just commented on, the Twitter, basically dehumanizing her entirely and breaking down all of her POVs and just like destroying them. And he gets thousands of views. He has 1.19 million followers. 1.19 million people follow him.
Over 1 million people, mainly from South Korea, follow this guy. That's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of schools have actually gotten exposé. I will put a picture here. There's actually an entire photo that shows how many schools were actually affected by the Telegram chats and the sexual abuses that happened in them. You guys want to see the picture real quick? Because I'm going to put the picture up here, but... That is the entire fucking country. Yeah. Absurd. Imagine. Your girl. A young girl in South Korea. And the boys in your school all are in this chat. And they want to use you. And they choose you to back up into a room, Target, and take pictures of you to get into these chats. And all it takes is a group of them against her, against one person. And sometimes it even just takes one person. Like, imagine how terrifying it is right now to be a young girl in South Korea. I would homeschool my child.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of the boys would probably just like walk up next to a girl and like slide a phone underneath her skirt and film.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, that's the common thing that they usually do is just walk up next to her, slide, so that they don't even have to confront the girl. They just slide a phone underneath the skirt, take a picture, take a video, and then just send it, and they're able to get into those group chats because of that.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. Like, these are young boys. The fact that they're already
Thinking like that.
Yeah, 15-year-olds,
Yeah.
16-year-olds. Not even in high school yet. Middle schoolers, 8th graders.
That is so dehumanizing. Especially as someone who's experienced that. I was on the bus going home, had my little tidy bities on, and a little skirt, whatever. I look cute as hell. I fucking dropped my book bag. Tell me why. The first thing a 8th grader thought to take a picture of a kindergartner who dropped their book bag. Yeah. Tyrone, I remember you. Fuck you.
Get your justice. Get your justice. I've also heard that specifically, like with the nth rooms and stuff, just all the rooms on Telegram, not even just the nth rooms, they would give you like little snippets, like sneak peeks as to what you'd be getting in the room before you enter it. And it would basically be like they're making these advertisements, right? So that you purchase a specific amount of porn to get into the room. Like there's like soft, medium, and hard. And most people would go straight for the hard. Like the worst porn, like the most like bloody or gore or something. And soft would be like something like spy cameras. Medium would be something like a little worse than that, and then the hard would be like gory or just like straight up like sadistic, like terrible.
Like rape.
Yes, literally rape.
Yeah.
And so you would have to pay like, I know for the hard it was like $1,200, and these were the ones run by the doctor. For the hard, it was like $1,200. For the medium, it was like maybe $800 or $900. For the soft, it was like $600, $700. And so they would give you a preview, like, oh, pick this chat, and it would like show a little bit of what was in the chat and like a few preview videos. And so you would just pick like what is your taste, like your kink or whatever, and enter the chat and pay like the amount that you need to get the videos. And people would pay even more to have specific videos of specific girls that they would show in the group chat and be like, oh, this girl's name is da-da-da-da-da, her number is da-da-da-da-da, her address is da-da-da-da-da, what do you want to see from her? And they would say, oh, I'll pay this much to see this for her. And they would make it happen.
Oh my god, my eyes are actually tearing up. It's fucking disgusting. This is all an allegation. All I'm gonna say that this is related to the end topic is recently one of this is crazy, but a K-pop idol was exposed for harassing a younger girl. Obviously, Taeil is how 30?
Yeah, he's 30.
Yeah.
The girl that recently came out and told her story is 18 years old.
I think she's 18.
This happened when she was 12. He must have been 24 at the time since she was 12.
Yeah. I want to say there was some kind of relationship that he had with her personally beforehand.
Like he was just like
I don't know what
idol type.
I'm not sure what the relationship was, but I know that there was a relationship that made him choose to get closer. Because this is what I read at least, he planted a camera into her phone.
Oh wow, I don't think I've heard about this part.
He
had control over her phone.
He had control over her phone, essentially.
Like, apparently the police report said there's no minors involved.
That's not true.
Yeah.
The police in South Korea have every right under the law to lie, actually.
He hacked an innocent girl's phone. He put a hidden camera in it, and this was for 6 years that he got away with this. He's been trying to tell people for the last 6 years, and everyone's been ignoring her.
Oh my god.
They said that this poor little girl thought about killing herself from the ages of 12 to 18 because she saw how people were praising him. I mean, think about that. She was watching her harasser get so much love from random people on the internet. And to make this whole thing worse, he has a young sister.
I wonder how she feels about this. She must be devastated.
She's 3 years younger than him.
Is this girl the one that he disabled?
Yeah.
Imagine like telling people you have a K-pop idol spying on you through your phone and they don't believe you.
Yeah.
That sounds so hard to believe, but it was actually happening.
In the past few days, many Korean women are coming forward to expose disgusting actions by Korean men, asking for help to foreigners since the Korean media/news won't cover such cases. The second wave of the Me Too movement in Korea, with tweets continuously being posted in Korea about sexual violence occurring within homes and exposing the bystanders. Men are circulating online videos and pictures of women being sexually abused, their mothers, sisters, friends, classmates, co-workers, even animals, posting such content on Telegram chat rooms that have more than 200k participants in them. Males think if someone made a deepfake of you, then you should take it as a compliment because it means you're pretty. Men are also hacking girls' private accounts to steal their pictures and make deepfakes out of them. No one is safe, and some women are struggling to delete these pictures. The problem isn't just a few men, but the whole Korea is a masculine society who is still very misogynistic and has huge rape culture problem. Middle schoolers engage in deepfakes of their fellow classmates. Kids are taught from a young age that women are somehow inferior, and if sexual abuse happens, then it's victims' faults. Korea doesn't educate about women's rights and how to support their victims. Korea also had a long preference for sons, and as a result, in the past, if the baby was a girl, to kill or made to lie face down as soon as they were born. This ideology still has consequences today. It helps to keep a toxic masculine society and culture. Women are blamed and shamed for men's actions. Korean women have to hide themselves in order to protect themselves. They're not even allowed to be feminists. Feminism in Korea is seen as anti-man propaganda. Women are threatened, fired from their job, bullied, and sometimes this happens even if they're suspected to be feminists. Men commit such crimes because they aren't afraid of going to jail. Korean laws protect predators instead of women. Many don't face jail, and a lot of cases reduce the sentences. The reasons are these. Look at a case example.
Please read this carefully. This is showing why Korean men are not afraid of going to jail. The reasons for the reduction in sentence are absurd. One of the incidents that occurred in Korea last year, a man in his 20s who followed a woman home and attempted to sexually assault her and then attempted to murder the victim's boyfriend with a weapon. Reasons for the reduction in sentence 50 years to 27 years. The court considered the original sentence 50 years in prison to be unfair, considering the following factors. The perpetrator had admitted to all charges and was reflecting on them since the investigation stage. The sexual assault and murder were both attempted. The attempted murder appeared to be an accidental crime.
That's fucking crazy. I'm so sorry.
Rather than a planned one. The victim's symptoms had improved, albeit slightly. The risk of repeat offense was not high, and the victims refused to take out a loan and deposited 100 million won into criminal deposit.
So he got to buy his way out of that? Are you saying he bought his way out of that?
No.
He tried to kill someone.
No, it says the victim refused to take out a loan and deposit 100 million won into criminal deposit. So I guess there's like a deposit fee you have to pay for criminal charges, and the victim refused to pay money for this, and that's why his sentence was reduced as well.
That's so messed up.
They make you pay if someone assaults you?
The purpose of this act is to prescribe procedures for making deposits pursuant to statutes or regulations and matters necessary to efficiently manage and operate deposited property.
What? Yeah, okay, put it away. They charging people out here. That's what that means. Korea will not punish minors for their crimes, and this is why young girls can't even sue teenage boys who engage in pornography or assault them, because it all starts at a young age. Journalists who are investigating the chat rooms are also being targeted and harassed by men. Why am I not surprised by that? The 4B movement started in 2019. In order to fight against the misogyny of society, Korean women decided not to date, get married, or have sex and men with children, or have children. This is why South Korea's birth rate is dropped drastically. The government is trying to pay women in order to get married and have children. It's important to keep supporting Korean women and spread the word for them. We need to reach international news and have them speak about the situation. We are not free until all women are free. No one is free until everyone is free. Yeah. To the K-pop fans, this situation is a reminder. Yes, okay, y'all listen to this for sure, because you bitches don't listen to this shit. The situation is a reminder to never blindly trust idols. What you see is what they want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
So if you're spending thousands of dollars on these people, go touch some grass.
Mm-hmm.
Go touch some grass. Oh, it continues to say, but at the same time, don't blame yourself for standing and finding interest in such men in their careers. You're not aware of what's going on behind scenes, and don't feel guilty, women. Have interests. Aren't to blame for men's sexual crimes. And that's what you have to remember. At the end of the day, Tail is a man.
Men can be talented as well and still have their flaws and still have things that are terrible about them.
I've been seeing a lot of like those toxic girl group stands say, oh well, I'm glad that I like don't stand any boy groups, or like this is what happens when you stand boy groups. Like that's crazy.
Girl, be fucking for real.
Yeah.
Like we just enjoy the music. We're here for the fucking music.
That says a lot on their part that they're even worried about that. Like
that's like their first thing.
They're worried about.
Yeah, you're so worried about your faves getting caught that you don't even like want to acknowledge the fucking victims of your faves.
That's not even what Ezzy was talking about. But that too.
No.
That fucking too. Ezzy was talking about how fans, like female girl GGs stands only, are saying, oh, haha, see, that's what you get for liking male groups.
Yeah.
That's basically their attitude right now. A lot. Or some people, sorry. Not all of them, not collective.
Liking them doesn't equate to supporting anything that they do outside of the camera.
Yeah. No, 100%, because at the end of the day, all idols are what? Actors.
Yep.
They're actors. Some of them are.
Yeah, some of them literally are.
Yeah. And I don't think any idol or person who idolizes anyone should like blame themselves, but also at the same time, don't continue to support him. That's stupid.
I mean, that's kind of what Tail apparently. Like I know NCT, but I don't know NCT like the members like I don't watch like their content to know like their personalities on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that he specifically for a lot of people was the greenest flag in NCT.
Yes.
That's why it was so like.
Yes, I agree. I think a big thing to take away from this outside of that aspect, is yeah, okay, boo-hoo, you lost an idol, but like you never had a relationship with him to begin with.
Parasocial relationships.
Yeah, like it doesn't exist. So go touch some grass and think about the victim and how fucked up that poor 18-year-old girl is going through and how much that probably damaged her in her life.
And how a lot of people probably did not believe her because said girl was assaulted by a K-pop idol.
Yeah.
What is it?
I remember that you told me about the fact that Tail said he was in a car accident and that's why he got injured. But apparently I read somewhere and saw like the screenshot. Again, this was all translated from Korean again. This may not be true. But that he said he was in a car accident, but that wasn't true. It was actually the grandfather of the girl who beat him up. Go Papas!
As you should.
I want to remind everyone, at least with the Tail situation, he does have charges against him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That means these things are being put into the court system, okay? Like, he's gonna go to jail.
This is serious. Yes.
He's gonna go to jail. Like, 100%.
No rumors. It's actually happening.
The fact that SM kicked him out of the group, like, that tells him.
Yeah.
Because SM does it too.
No! Look at Lucas. Listen, this isn't about him. He's got his freedom card. He got freedom! Freedom!
But also, like, being in a group with someone and, like, having to share a living space, you would think you kind of know what the other people are interested in, some of the things they watch.
Yeah.
Unless he was super good at hiding it. Like, these men have been hiding from their
Families. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how much alone time they actually had. My heart goes out to the victim. And if there are other victims, because this is also something that I've heard. Now, again, this could be one of the billion, cajillion rumors. The only things that we can 100% say and confirm are the things that the police have put out and that SM has put out. So those are the only things we are going to say is true. Everything else is an allegation. I really hope that the South Korea system actually is taking this seriously. I really hope that they actually take the time and genuinely help these women and these girls and these children. I mean, a lot of them are children. And the fact that the government is literally blatantly lying, saying it's not children, when there's multiple girls who are coming out and saying, this happened to me, like, come on, get it together. As K-pop stans, it's so important to be educated on what's going on in Korea, about the culture. Like, you can't just like the music and, you know, idolize them without understanding, like, the aspects of what is going on over there. You know, it's ignorant and it's totally not okay. So definitely take the time to, like, look into these subjects, look into these topics, make yourself aware, because if you romanticize Korea, you're wrong. And you should not be romanticizing Korea, because yes, it is a beautiful place, like, place geographically, doesn't necessarily mean it's, like, the safest place, especially for a woman, which a lot of K-pop stans are, or were, like, some kind of LGBTQ+, which also really isn't exactly safe, you know? I'm not saying that's any safer here. Fuck no, man.
It feels like it's
not
safe to be a woman or gay anywhere.
The reality of it is, you know, here in America, we thought, at least, right? At least when I was growing up, I thought, women have rights, we have rights here, you know, like, we, like, won't have to face the issues that we were learning throughout our, you know, history lessons that women in the past have to undergo. Now, I'm an adult, because we're all, like, really freshly adults. Now that we're adults, you know, I can see that, like, this is still an issue that we're fighting in America, globally, everywhere, like, women's rights. Definitely take the time, educate yourself on Korea's women's rights, the 4B movement, the Me Too movement. Definitely take the time to read up on some of these things that we've talked about. Again, all the things that regarding Taylor's case are allegations, except the charge. The thing that SM said. It's a good thing that they're like, I want to fix the deep fake and we're going to start a thorough 7-month investigation over it. Good fucking job. But there are so many other things that you should also be prioritizing, especially women's fucking rights. And learning how to educate in school.
I think Korea is one to just teach abstinence and that's it, and they just say don't do it. But then these boys with hormones are like, but, you know, I have hormones, I have
access to this telegram, so let me do this.
And that's why they feel the right to do these things.
I was experiencing these things, me personally, I would drop out of school. That's my parents' hobby on a train or a flight to the next country. I think it's so vital and important. Definitely start teaching young men in Korea what is okay and what is not okay. I think it's important to take the misogyny away, because if you start them at a young age, teaching them all these things, of course, when they grow up, they're just going to be as vile. And that's not okay, and that's not safe, and it's honestly hurting the country more than anything.
If I were in their shoes, I would probably want to die. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
really
that would be my first thought. Not moving the country, but I would want to die. And that's probably why the suicide rates in Korea are going up.
Well, that's really sad. Oh my god, we are not moving to South Korea. That was decision made. Next.
I don't even know how I react in that situation, honestly. I know I've obviously, like, there's no way I could even get myself to even, like, do the things that those girls have done. Like, that's...
They're so brave.
But, yeah, like, I hope I'd, like, tell my parents right away.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I did personally experience a snap of my booty cheeks as a baby. And right away, I went home crying, and I went up to my dad, and I said, some boy took a picture of me, and he said, you drive me to their house right now.
Okay, so it basically starts, a girl goes up to the police station. She's trying to report her boyfriend for, I forget if it's specifically abuse or they had gotten into some argument that just escalated. And so she gave the police officers his phone, and conveniently his phone was broken. And so they basically said, okay, we're going to send this to someone who works in technology to uncover the data in his phone, since we can't access his phone, like we can't get into his phone because it's broken. And they sent it to a data analyst. And then a little, like after the analyst had uncovered, like, I don't know how many texts, they came up to him and they were like, never mind, forget about it, she's dropping the case, so basically just act like you didn't see anything, everything's fine, and just forget about it. And obviously the data analyst who was going through all this stuff had to look at it to see what he was looking through, right? And saw all this horrible stuff, and I was like, no, I can't let this go. But obviously, like, they saw this stuff, and there were higher ups in the police office who were involved in this. And so they're like, but I can't bring this to the police because they're just going to cover it up immediately. Like, I just won't be able to get any of this out if I bring it to the police. So I have to be smart about this. And they waited for years. They found, it was either a prosecutor or a lawyer, Lawyer Khan, or Prosecutor Khan is her name. They gave it to her, and she was going through all this stuff and finding all of these this horrible group chat with the hugest names in the industry in this group chat, and videos of these girls getting assaulted while they were drugged, conscious, and yeah, it was just absolutely horrible. And the only difficulty she had was, you know, we need to find the specific police officer, the highest police officer that is in this group chat, so that we can, you know, figure out how to expose this without him getting a hold of the information before we expose it. And this happened to be the Burning Sun, the club that Seungri, the K-pop idol from Big Bang, was a co-founder of. It said that the workers there were paid to drug specific women for the VIPs there. So they had two businesses going at once. The regular business was just a regular club, nothing unusual. And then they had an underground business for the VIPs where they would go. Regular business, they would have guards or people who worked there. They would pay them extra to find women specifically who they called water, mur, a tall glass of water. They would say, hey, I found you a glass of water, bringing it down for a specific VIP who likes this. Or...
yeah, that's fucking, oh my god.
Or like a specific VIP would text the group chat and be like, hey, watch my water. Someone's going near my water. They're about to take my water. And a worker would go up and scare the man away who's going towards the woman. So that was their key word, was water for women. There was a woman who one night, she was not a huge club goer. She went to the club, the Burning Sun, because she heard it was the most popular club if you wanted to have like your sort of Wattpad moment with a celebrity, if you wanted to run into a celebrity. She said, let me check this out, I really want to get in. And she went, and she was having a great time, and this guy came up to her. He was really respectful. He didn't touch her, didn't make any moves on her, didn't ask for sexual questions. And she was like, okay, this guy is really sweet. And she started talking with him. He was very genuine. And she went to a VIP room with him, and she started talking. She remembers specifically telling him, I don't want to drink too much tonight, so I'm going to take it slow. And she took 2 shots, and she timed them 2 apart so that she wouldn't get drunk because she knew her limit. She took 2 shots, and she was having water in between the shots, a lot of water that he was giving her in shot glasses. And then she started feeling dizzy, fuzzy. She couldn't open her eyes. And then eventually she couldn't move her body. And then the last thing she heard was, so you're gonna make me happy tonight, from the man. And then she was out, and the next day she woke up in a hotel bed, and she didn't know where she was or how she got there. And the man came into the room, assaulted her, and then when he was done, she got on her knees and begged him to let her go. And he said, okay, I will, but just take a photo with me smiling. And so she took a photo with him, and he let her leave. And she went to the police station. Yeah, she went to the police station, and she said, I know his name. I can't remember his name. I don't know how to pronounce it either because it's a name in Thai. But she said, I know his name. He's one of the highest people in Thailand. Didn't believe her. And they said, oh, let's look at the CCTV footage from the hotel to see if you were actually drunk or drugged going into the hotel, or if you were doing it willingly. They looked at it, and it looked like she was walking normally. It almost looked like she was leading him into the room. And she was like, no, but I don't remember any of this. I have a blank spot in my head where I can't remember any of this happening. So why did I look like I was completely sober, practically leading him into the room? This makes no sense. There's a whole gap in my memory. I was drugged. And there's a specific drug in Korea. I can't remember what it's called. It's the most common date rape drug, where it basically makes you act like a zombie. You're doing actions and you don't realize it. You look completely sober, but you don't remember anything. And that was the drug commonly used in this case. So a lot of women throughout years were trying to report that things were happening at the Burning Sun, but then people would just play it off and be like, oh, that's just what happens at the Burning Sun. You forget everything that happens because it's such a magical place where all these K-pop idols and these high people are. That's just what happens at the Burning Sun. That's what they would say when women would, speak up about something that seemed suspicious there that they would see. So people were trying to speak up about this for years, but, nothing really happened of it. There was a guy known as the whistleblower, the first whistleblower or whatever, who he went into the club that night, and he saw a woman practically getting dragged. She looked like she was not sober at all. And so he tried, calling the man out for what he was doing to the woman. And he got dragged out of there by security, beaten up. And so he reported it to the police officer. He said, this is what I saw. Look at the CCTV footage. You know that I was getting beaten up. And I guess they turned it around him somehow. And the people who worked there at the Burning Sun said that he was being a predator towards one of the women. So they dragged him out and beat him up because he was being a predator. So he got arrested for that. So he actually got arrested. The police are not safe. They're not. No, not at all. The highest ranking officer in Korea was involved in this, protecting this whole sex trafficking ring. Yeah, so they couldn't take anything to the police at all. Guess who the name of the owner of the phone from the girl at the very beginning was?
The owner of the phone?
Oh. Yeah, the boyfriend.
I remember.
Young Jun-hyun. Hyuna's current boyfriend. It's speculated that he was abusing her, and that's why she went to the police. Yeah, but I believe there were also videos found of him doing things in the group chat. Yeah.
Oh, he's in jail, right?
Who?
Sungi.
No, he got
out. Yeah.
That the crazy factor of all of this is that Seungri, he was in jail for less than 2 years. A year and a half.
He's the owner of the bar. One of the owners.
Co-owner, yes.
What, they split the sentence amongst them or what?
It feels like that. Yeah, no, he was a co-owner. But he said that he had nothing to do with any of this. He had no clue any of this was going on. He just came to DJ a few nights, and that's it. That was his statement on it. He said, I'm absolutely horrified by all the things that are coming up that I was unaware of. And I can't believe I'm being accused of these disgusting things. I was just there to DJ for a few nights. I might be the co-owner, but that doesn't mean I'm involved in every single thing going on there. Was basically his statement.
Be for real. Be for real.
Yeah, he was one of the main ones in the group chat.
Wait, so he should have been convicted then? That's proof? No?
Yeah, well, they said 1.5 years. On probation too. That's it.
I think recently he was on like vacation somewhere. I forgot where.
That's
a girl.
That's another thing. So this year, what I'm about to tell you has been happening this year.
Okay, I'm listening.
So current. Seungri has been on many dates with women this year, and taken them on the same trip to Bali. A specific resort, a specific restaurant, back to back.
He's like the definition of an abuser.
He's been exclusive with several women this year, and as soon as one woman flies out after the same trip, another woman flies in to the same hotel that the first woman was staying in. And he takes her on the same vacation, the same trip, every single thing, the same itinerary for the trip planned for the second woman. And 2 women found out because they both had similar pictures posted of the pool at their resort. And they found it and they're like, hey, you were at this resort at this time in Bali? And the other girl was like, yeah, I was out there this resort too. I came on this day. And the other girl was like, that's crazy. I left on that day. And you were with Seungri? And the other girl was like, yeah, I was with Seungri too. He took me to this restaurant and this restaurant. And the other girl was like, that's crazy. He took me to those restaurants too.
Negative.
Sorry, but like, what's wrong with them?
And they started talking back and forth, sharing the similarities of their date with Seungri. So yeah, he's doing this year. This is the current thing that just happened within the last few months.
He's mentally ill.
He's ugly. Always has. Did you guys hear that like the Big Bang members, like they never liked him?
I heard that they had issues with him.
And yeah, now we know why.
False information. Cambodia.
Oh, Cambodia, like, that's where he's opening his bar.
Mm-hmm. It's Cambodia. Don't let him do that.
Yeah, no. He should be officially completely canceled and blacklisted from every industry, every entertainment industry, everything. Blacklisted, he shouldn't be able to get a job. He should be homeless.
It's crazy that he's even able to like do anything. Go on these vacations, open bars.
He has all his money.
He does. Yep. There was a K-pop idol named Guhana who also dated Youngjun Kyung, the one who is Hyun's current boyfriend. And apparently, according to her company, they broke up because they grew distant because of schedules and stuff like that. And then after that, she started dating this other guy who was a hairdresser. He became very jealous anytime she would go out like with male coworkers and stuff, to discuss any projects or anything. And it escalated to them fighting, and so she had to leave and she went to stay at her friend's one night. And he came drunk and started hitting her, and she hit back and she said, "Why are you doing this to me?" what makes you think you can do this to me? And he said, I'm going to ruin your career. And he walked out and he immediately emailed dispatch. And then later she tried to get a hold of dispatch and she was like, hey, this is the truth, this is the proof. I'm in the hospital because of these injuries from him. And so they're like, that's crazy because he emailed us the night before and we didn't answer him, you know. And yeah, she tried to take it to the police station and they didn't believe her. They just thought she was boy crazy because the entertainment industry had made her out to seem boy crazy after she broke up with Junhyun. And none of them believed her. And it got to the point where she tried to kill herself. And she survived it and she was in the hospital and they made her publicly apologize for trying to kill herself and made her say that she was just being dramatic and emotional. After that, I guess she decided that with the Burning Sun scandal going on, she had heard about it and had heard that her ex-boyfriend might be involved in it. So she made it her mission before she died to actually go through and help with this being uncovered and help get this out. And so she called the prosecutor Kang and said, hey, I can help you. Whatever you want me to do, I will help you with it. And Prosecutor Kang was unsure of her intentions, but she's like, okay, if you want to help me, find out this officer that they're talking about in the group chat. And so she went undercover and she talked to, I believe it is Junhyun, and asked him, hey, she was blunt with him. She was like, hey, I'm doing this. You know, can you give her some information? And he did. And that's when they were able to uncover all of this because they found out the officer. And yeah, she helped with the Burning Sun scandal being as big as it is today. And shortly after that, she did. I believe it was November 15th, 2019, she died. She was found dead in her apartment.
So in conclusion, there is obviously a really big issue right now globally for women in Korea. And I really hope that the government starts taking action and moving forward with protecting them as people and treating them as people as well. I think that is a wrap for the podcast. We've been talking for quite a few hours. I just want to say thank you so much for coming to the podcast and taking a watch with us. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what your favorite beverage is down in the comments. Mine is mint lemonade. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to stay hydrated and always be real. Good night.
Good night.